Good morning, everybody. If you're looking for some coming out advice today and you're kind of wondering, I'm struggling, what am I going to do? How am I going to come out? How am I going to get through this moment? You just may need to work through your relationships. That card jumped out. My name is Seth. I run Comingouttarot.com. You've come to the right place to answer those questions. We're going to pull some cards for you today. While I'm getting them in the right order, I got a little bit of housekeeping to do. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe so we can keep track of each other. And if at any time you think this content is useful, please hit that thumbs up button down there so not only do I know it's useful, it gets it in front of other people and they can take advantage of this message as well. Speaking of, don't forget to share out with your friends if you think anybody could take advantage or needs to hear this message today. All right, there we go. So, what's on our way? How are we going to get around it? And what is our mindfulness exercise for the day? All right. Our obstacle for today is, this is White Buffalo Woman, or the Daughter of Stones. How we're going to get around that. The Eight of Stones. And Ra, or the Father of Father of Swords, is going to get us through our mindfulness exercise today. He showed up yesterday, but he showed up in the obstacle position. So interesting that he's moved his way over into the mindfulness space. We'll talk about what that means in a minute. All right, heavy duty getting some shit done today. It's about doing some things. It's about experiencing things. It's about jumping off a ledge and trying some things. So our biggest obstacle today is getting a little too impertinent. It's being in that state of, I know what I'm doing. All I gotta do is do the thing I already know how to do, and not listen to not listen to advice, not listen to those who have come before you, not listen to what the person you're trying to communicate with, how they're actually receiving the information that you want to share, or even considering how they'd like to receive the information that you would like to share. So the biggest obstacle today is actually in communicating your intent in a way that it's heard, and it's heard successfully, because you're vibrating so high right now that you may already be past where the other person is that you'd like to come out to. See, here's one of the things I think we forget to think about is when we get to the stage, when we get to the stage of coming out, no matter what it is we're ready to come out about, we've already had time. We've had days, months, sometimes years to get comfortable with the fact that we're finally ready to say the thing that we have to say that is needing to come out of our mouths, needing to come out of our bodies, needing to come out of our souls. We've had time. But the other person, good morning now, who's about to hear it, they haven't had the same kind of time. So they're behind you. They're like back here. And you're about to communicate to them all of this stuff that you've been working on for whatever the length of time is that you've been deciding, it's time for me now to come out. So you've had the time, they haven't. So they have to catch up. So the expectation of, in the communication, that they're gonna be able to meet you where you are is unrealistic. And that's what White Buffalo Woman is here to let us know about as an obstacle. Now, what we're gonna do about it, this is the Eight of Stones. This is, you know how sometimes songs come to you? Well, for some tarot readers, when we see cards, there are songs that either tend to represent that card or get stuck in our head like an earworm when certain cards come up. Well, this one has never had a song for me before, but I think it's going to have one from now on, because it's the hi ho, it's off to work I go, from the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Anyway, I say that because you have to keep at it. you can't just like be one and done in this coming out story. You have to keep working at it. You have to get up again the next day, and you have to go at it again. And it doesn't mean like beat over the head. It means there's more to chip away at. There's more to work at. Coming out isn't a one and done process, no matter what it is you're coming out about. Once you've come out, you're going to come out again and again and again. And it's going to get hopefully easier every time you come out, but there's always a new nuance, a new bit of information, something you have to add in that you didn't have to add in before, something unique to the environment, something unique to your safety, something unique to the goal that you want to achieve by coming out, all those things. And that takes work. And what it's going to do is change. It's going to change you. It's going to change the way you perceive the world. It's going to change your soul. And that never happens overnight. So there's a lot of work to do. Okay, mindfulness. Like I was saying, Ra was over in our obstacle yesterday, and Ra has moved over into our mindfulness state. So curiously, I would recommend that what you've learned from, and this is part of what the exercise was, what you've learned from the experience yesterday in speaking to this elder, this person that was possibly an uncle of the family, or truly an uncle, or a father, or an older brother, or older sister, whatever that was that's above you and slightly to the right or left. To me, I always think about it as the left for some reason. Whatever that is, that relationship is, there's something to be learned from that, and you need to carry that through into today, into that chipping away of getting up and doing it again. What does that person carry? What actions did they take to achieve something that takes a while to achieve? They're in your life for a reason, maybe, just maybe. Right now, they're in your life to show you how you can get up and keep going. So in your mindfulness exercise today, the person that you were going to be coming out to yesterday, what have you learned from them? And what have you learned from them over a lifetime, or the time that you've known them, not just what you learned from them yesterday? All right. Interestingly enough, I think that this is very much a doing material. Like it's a do the thing day. Get up and do it. Do the talking. Be aware of that obstacle and try and shift your conversation in a way that's more successful, but do the work. We're not in a stage of thinking. We're not in a stage of rushing off. It is the continued pattern of getting the work done. All right. I hope this is helpful. If it is, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can keep track of each other. And if you do find it helpful, hit that thumbs up button down there, because not only does it let me know it's helpful, it'll get it in front of other people. And speaking of, don't forget to share out if you need this message to be in front of someone else, or you know that they need to hear this today in order to make it through their Friday, their weekend, their coming out process, whatever. Don't forget to share it out. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you're around on Periscope or Twitter, I will be on tonight at 6 o'clock Central when I normally am, so that I can give you guys a small taste of what it's like to have readings with me. So you can join me on Twitter or Periscope at the same handle, Coming Out Tarot. And if you're interested in testing out or trying out a reading, all you got to do is use the donate link that's in my profile on Periscope and Twitter. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. See ya. See y'all.